Welcome back. I'm Sage, and this is Easy English with Sage.
Wow, today is so special because we're going on an adventure together. We're going to learn travel English, and I'm talking about real conversations at the airport, at the hotel, at the restaurant. Oh, this is going to be so good. You know what? I remember the first time I traveled to another country and had to speak English. Ooh, I was so nervous. My hands were shaking a little bit when I had to talk to the check-in person at the airport. My heart was beating fast, and I kept thinking, what if they don't understand me? What if I say something wrong? But you know what I realized? It's actually not that scary. And today, I'm going to be right here with you, step by step, so you feel confident and ready. If you're new here, welcome. And if you've been with me before, welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe to Easy English with Sage so we can practice together every single day. It really helps you stay motivated, and honestly, it makes me so happy to see you here learning with me. When you subscribe, you're joining a community of learners from all around the world. How amazing is that? Okay. So let me tell you what we're doing today. We're going to imagine you're taking a trip. Maybe you're going to New York or London or maybe Australia. Doesn't matter where, because the English you need is the same everywhere. We're going to practice everything from the moment you arrive at the airport to checking into your hotel, to ordering delicious food at a restaurant. And the best part? We're going to practice together. I'll say it, you'll say it with me. And by the end of this video, you're going to feel like, wow, I can actually do this. All right, are you ready? Take a deep breath with me. Breathe in and out. Perfect. Let's start this journey. Part 1. At the airport. Your adventure begins. Okay, so imagine this. You're at the airport. Oh, wow. Airports are big, right? There are so many people, so many signs, and everyone is walking really fast. Some people are running because they're late for their flight. There are announcements in different languages. There are shops and restaurants everywhere. It can feel overwhelming, I know. But hey, don't worry. I'm here with you, the people who work at airports. Talk to travelers from all over the world every single day. They're used to different accents. They're professionals. They've heard people speak English in 1,000 different ways, and they understand all of them. So take another deep breath. You've got this. Let me tell you something that will make you feel better. When I traveled to Korea, I was so worried about speaking Korean. But you know what? The people at the airport were so kind and patient. Even when I made mistakes, they smiled and helped me. And that's how most people are. They want to help you. The very first place you go is the check-in counter. This is the desk where you show your ticket and your passport. It's usually a long counter with several agents standing behind it. There might be a line of people waiting, so you'll need to wait your turn. That's okay. While you're waiting, you can practice what you're going to say in your head. A friendly person will be standing there, and they might say, "Hello, good morning," or "Hi there." You can just smile. A smile is like a universal language, you know? Everyone understands a smile. It shows that you're friendly and ready to communicate. Now, here comes your first sentence. It's super simple. Listen carefully, okay? You say, "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to," and then you say where you're going. Let me show you. Let's say you're flying to Paris. You would say, "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to Paris." Okay? Now you try it with me. Imagine you're going to London. Say it with me. "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to London." Beautiful. One more time, but this time imagine you're going to Tokyo. "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to Tokyo." And one more. Imagine you're going to New York. "Hello, I'd like to check in for my flight to New York." See? That wasn't hard at all. You're doing amazing already. So after you say that, the agent is going to ask you for your documents. They might say, "May I see your passport and ticket, please?" Or, "Can I have your passport, please?" Sometimes they might say, "Could I see your boarding pass and ID?" It's all basically the same thing. They just need to see your official travel documents. When you hear the word passport or ticket or ID, you know exactly what to do. You just hand them your passport and you say, "Here you are." Say it with me. "Here you are." Or you could say, "Here is my passport." That works too. You could also say, "Here's my passport and my ticket." Or even, "Of course, here you go." Any of these are perfect. You're communicating clearly, and that's what matters. The agent will smile and say thank you, and they'll start typing information into their computer. Oh, and before I forget, let me ask you something. Tell me in the comments, which sentence was your favorite so far? Was it "Here you are" or "Here's my passport"? I really want to know. I love hearing from you in the comments. It helps me understand what's helpful for you. Okay, moving on. The agent will probably ask you about your bags. They might say, "Are you checking any bags today?" Or, "Do you have any baggage to check?" Or sometimes they'll ask, "How many bags are you checking?" Checking a bag means you give your big suitcase to the airline. They put it on the plane, and you get it back when you land at your destination. So if you have a big suitcase, you say, "Yes, I have one bag to check." Say it with me. Yes. To cry in a cage with them after they're done. I have one bag to check. What if you have two big suitcases? Easy. Yes, I have two bags to check. Try it. Yes, I have two bags to check. But what if you only have a small bag that you're carrying with you on the plane? That small bag is called a carry-on. So you say, "No, I only have this carry-on." Repeat after me. "No, I only have this carry-on." Perfect. Oh, wow, you're learning so fast. Sometimes, if your carry-on bag looks a bit big, the agent might ask you to put it on a scale. A scale is a machine that measures weight. They might say, "Could you place your bag on the scale, please?" If this happens, don't worry. Just lift your bag and put it on the scale. They're just checking to make sure it's not too heavy. Now, let me think. Oh yes, the agent might ask you about your seat. This is exciting. You have two choices, a window seat or an aisle seat. A window seat is next to the window, so you can see the clouds and the sky. You can watch the sunrise or sunset from up there. You can see the cities and mountains below. So beautiful. I love window seats when I'm traveling during the day because the view is amazing. An aisle seat is next to the walkway, so it's easier to stand up and walk around. You don't have to ask other people to move when you need to use the bathroom. You have a little more space to stretch your legs. Some people prefer aisle seats, especially on long flights. The agent might ask, would you like a window seat or an aisle seat? If you want a window seat, you say, a window seat, please. If you want an aisle seat, you say, an aisle seat, please. Try it with me. Let's say you love looking outside. Say, a window seat, please. Now let's say you like to stretch your legs and walk around. Say, an aisle seat, please. Wow, that's nice. You sound so natural. But what if the agent doesn't ask you? Well, it's totally okay for you to ask them. You can say, can I have a window seat, please? Or can I have an aisle seat, please? Let me tell you something important. This is your trip, my friend. It's okay to ask for what makes you comfortable. Don't be shy. Airlines want you to have a good experience. They want you to be happy. So if you have a preference, speak up. You could even say, is it possible to get a window seat? Or, I would prefer an aisle seat if one is available. These are all perfectly polite ways to ask for what you want. All right, quick break here. If you're still with me, type yes in the comments. I want to know you're following along. And hey, did you subscribe yet? I'm watching you. Haha, just kidding. But seriously, subscribing helps you see all my videos, and it keeps you motivated to practice every day. Plus, it helps me know that you're enjoying these lessons. Okay, let's keep going. We're doing so well. After the agent has everything, they're going to give you something super important. It's your boarding pass. This is like your golden ticket to get on the plane. Without this, you can't board, so keep it safe. The agent will say something like, here's your boarding pass. Your gate is B27 and boarding starts at 3:15. Or they might say, your boarding pass is printing now. You'll be departing from gate C15 and will begin boarding at 2:45. So let's understand this. Your gate is the door where you get on the plane. It's really important to know your gate number. In this example, it's B27. Gates are usually organized by letters and numbers. So you might have gates A1, A2, A3, or gates B1, B2, B3, and so on. Boarding time is when you can start getting on the plane. In this example, it's 3:15. This doesn't mean the plane takes off at 3:15. It means you can start walking onto the plane at 3:15. The plane will take off maybe 20 or 30 minutes later. Your boarding pass has all this important information. Your flight number, your seat number, your gate number, and your boarding time. It might also have information about your departure time and arrival time. Keep it safe. Put it in your pocket or in a safe place in your bag where you can easily find it. If you're not sure about something, just ask. It's always okay to ask questions. You can say, what is my gate number? Or, what time does boarding begin? Or, when should I be at the gate? These are great, clear questions. The agent will be happy to answer them. You can also ask, is this flight on time? That means, is the plane leaving at the scheduled time or is it late? Sometimes flights are delayed. A delay means the flight is late. If there's a delay, the agent will tell you. They might say, "Your flight is delayed by 30 minutes," or "There's a slight delay, but we should board on time." If you hear this, don't panic. Delays happen sometimes because of weather or technical issues. Just relax, maybe get a coffee, and wait for the next announcement. Let's practice a full conversation together. Imagine you're at the check-in desk right now. Close your eyes if you want and really picture yourself there. Okay, ready? The agent says, "Hello, where are you flying to today?" You say, "Hi, I'm flying to New York. I'd like to check in." The agent says, "Of course. May I see your passport, please?" You say, "Here you are." The agent says, "Thank you. Are you checking any bags?" You say, "Yes, just this one." The agent says, "Okay, let me weigh that for you." "Perfect. It's within the limit. And would you prefer a window or an aisle seat?" You say, "An aisle seat, please." The agent says, "All right, here's your boarding pass. Your flight will depart from gate C12 at 4:30. Boarding will begin at 4 o'clock, so please be at the gate by then. Have a nice flight." You say, "Thank you very much." Oh, see, that wasn't hard at all. You did it perfectly. Let's do it one more time. But this time, I want you to say the sentences out loud with me. Ready? "Hi, I'm flying to New York. I'd like to check in." "Here you are." "Yes, just this one." "An aisle seat, please." "Thank you very much." Excellent. You're a natural. Now, the next step is security. This part can feel a little bit stressful, even for people who speak English as their first language. I get a little nervous at security too, even though I've done it hundreds of times. The security officers speak quickly and give direct instructions. But don't worry, just listen for the important words, and you'll be fine. You might hear, "Please take your laptop and any large electronics out of your bag." The important words here are laptop and electronics. Electronics means things like tablets, e-readers, large cameras, things like that. You might hear, "Please remove your jacket, belt, and shoes." The important words are jacket, belt, shoes. In some countries, you have to take off your shoes. In other countries, you don't. Just watch what other people are doing and do the same. You might hear, "Please empty your pockets." Empty your pockets means take everything out of your pockets. Your phone, your keys, your coins, everything. You might also hear, "All liquids must be in a clear plastic bag." Liquids means things like water, shampoo, toothpaste, or perfume. Most airports have rules about liquids. You can usually only bring small bottles, and they have to be in a clear plastic bag so the security officers can see them. You put all these things into plastic bins. These bins go through an X-ray scanner machine so the security officers can see what's inside. The rules for security can be different in different countries. For example, the rules in the United States might be different from the rules in Japan or Korea or Germany. So always look for signs with pictures. The signs can help you understand the rules, even if you don't understand all the words. And remember, if you're not sure, It's always okay to ask. You can ask another passenger, or you can ask a security officer. You can say, "Do I need to take my shoes off?" Or, "Do I need to take my laptop out?" Say it with me. Do I need to take my shoes off? Or, do I need to take my laptop out? People will be happy to help you. If an officer says something and you don't understand, you can say this very useful phrase. "I'm sorry. Could you please repeat that?" Say it with me. "I'm sorry. Could you please repeat that?" This is a polite way to ask someone to say something again. They will understand and they'll be happy to repeat it, maybe more slowly or with simpler words. You could also say, "I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Could you say that again?" Or even, "Pardon me?" "Pardon me" is a very polite way to say, "What did you say?" It's a little bit formal, but it's perfectly acceptable. After you put your things in the bins, you walk through a big metal detector. It's like a big doorway that you walk through. Sometimes it beeps, and sometimes it doesn't. If it beeps, don't worry. It just means you might have some metal on you. Maybe a belt buckle, or some coins in your pocket. The officer will check, and then you can go through again. Then you collect your bags and your items on the other side. Make sure you get everything: your phone, your wallet, your jacket, your shoes. Don't forget anything. Sometimes an officer might need to check your bag more carefully. They might say, "Excuse me, sir, we need to check your bag." Or, "Excuse me, ma'am, we need to check your bag." Sir is for a man. Ma'am is for a woman. If this happens, don't worry. Stay calm. This is just a normal check. It's routine. Maybe they saw something on the X-ray that they want to look at more closely. It doesn't mean you did anything wrong. Just follow their instructions and everything will be fine. They might open your bag and look inside. They might ask you, "What is this?" If they point to something, you can just explain. "That's my phone charger," or "That's my camera," or "That's my shampoo." Congratulations! You made it through security. That's a big step. You're doing an amazing job. Tell me in the comments, have you ever been through airport security before? How did it feel? Was it scary? Or was it okay? I'm so curious. I love hearing about your experiences. Now it's time to find your gate. The gate is where you'll board the plane. Look for the big signs hanging from the ceiling. They'll say gates or departures. Your boarding pass has your gate number. Let's say it's A21. So you just follow the signs for the A gates. The signs will have arrows to show you the way. Sometimes the airport is really big and the gates are far away. You might need to walk for 10 or 15 minutes. Some airports even have trains or moving walkways to help you get to your gate faster. Just follow the signs and you'll find it. If you get lost, what should you do? That's right. You should ask for help. You can ask anyone working at the airport. They might be wearing a uniform, or they might have a badge. You can say, "Excuse me, can you tell me where gate A21 is?" Or even simpler, "Excuse me, where is gate A21?" Say it with me. "Excuse me, where is gate A21?" They will be happy to help you and point you in the right direction. They might say, Go straight ahead, then turn left at the end, and you'll see gate A21 on your right. Or they might say, Gate A21 is in Terminal B. You'll need to take the train to get there. Just listen carefully and follow their instructions. You can do it. When you find your gate, you'll probably have some time to wait. Most airlines recommend arriving at your gate at least 30 minutes before boarding time. So if boarding starts at 3:15, you should be at the gate by 2:45. This gives you time to relax, use the bathroom, or buy a snack. You can sit down and relax. There are usually chairs near each gate. Some airports have really comfortable chairs, and some have not so comfortable chairs. Haha. But either way, you can sit and rest before your flight. While you're waiting, it's important to pay attention to the announcements. Announcements are messages you hear over the speakers. You might hear an announcement like this: Flight BA49 to London is now boarding. We are boarding all passengers at this time. Now boarding means it's time to get on the plane. Sometimes they board the plane in groups. They might say, we would like to invite passengers in rows 30 to 40 to board at this time. You can look at your boarding pass to see your row number. Your seat number will be something like 32A or 15B. The first number is your row. You might also hear this important announcement. This is the final call for flight UA78 to Chicago. All passengers should proceed to the gate immediately. When you hear final call, it means this is your last chance. The plane is about to leave. You need to go to the gate immediately. Don't wait. Don't finish your coffee. Just go. When it's your turn to board, you'll get in line. You'll show your boarding pass and your passport to the gate agent one more time. They'll scan your boarding pass with a little machine, and it will beep. Then they'll say, "Have a good flight," or "Enjoy your flight." You can smile and say, "Thank you." And wow, you're on the plane. You did. You walked through that jet bridge, that tunnel that connects the gate to the plane and onto the airplane. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself. You just navigated an entire airport using English. That's amazing. Now, as you walk down the aisle of the plane, look at the numbers above the seats. You're looking for your seat number. It's on your boarding pass. Let's say it's 24A. The letters usually mean A is a window seat on one side, B is a middle seat, C is an aisle seat, then D is another aisle seat on the other side, E is a middle seat, and F is a window seat. This can vary depending on the plane, but that's generally how it works. What if you find someone sitting in your seat? Oh no, this can happen sometimes. Maybe they made a mistake, or maybe they're sitting there while they wait for their friend. It's usually just an honest mistake. You can say very politely, "Excuse me, I think you're in my seat. My seat is 24A. Say it with me. "Excuse me, I think you're in my seat. My seat is 24A. Don't say it angrily. Say it with a smile. They'll check their boarding pass and probably say, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then they'll move. No problem. Now you need to store your carry-on bag. You have two options. You can put it in the overhead bin, which is the storage compartment above your head, or you can put it under the seat in front of you. The overhead bin is better for bigger bags. The space under the seat is better for smaller bags like a backpack or a purse. To open the overhead bin, you usually press a button or pull a handle. If your bag is a little heavy, it's okay to ask for help. You can ask a flight attendant. A flight attendant is the person who works on the plane to help passengers. They wear a uniform and they walk up and down the aisle. You can say, "Could you help me with my bag, please?" Or, "Excuse me, could you help me put this in the overhead bin?" They're there to help you. That's their job, and they're usually very friendly. During the flight attendants will come around and offer drinks and food. They might push a cart down the aisle and ask, "Would you like anything to drink or eat?" You can say, "May I have a glass of water, please?" Or, "Could I have some coffee, please?" Or, "I would like an orange juice, please." Or, "Can I have a Coke, please?" Remember to always say, "please." It makes everything sound friendly and polite. And don't forget to say, "Thank you," when they give you your drink. If you don't want anything, that's okay too. You can say, "No, thank you, I'm fine." Sometimes they'll offer you peanuts or pretzels or cookies as a snack. If you want some, just say, "Yes, please," and take them. If you're allergic to something, make sure to tell them, "I'm allergic to peanuts. Do you have anything else?" Sometimes it gets cold on the plane. The air conditioning can be really strong. If you feel cold, you can ask, "Can I have a blanket, please?" If you want to sleep, you can also ask, "Can I have a pillow, please?" Most airlines provide these for free, especially on longer flights. On shorter flights, sometimes you have to pay for them, but it doesn't hurt to ask. What if you need to use the bathroom? The bathroom on a plane is called the restroom or the lavatory. It's usually at the front or the back of the plane. You can just get up and walk there when you need to, but make sure the seatbelt sign is off. When the seatbelt sign is on, you have to stay in your seat. If you're not sure where the bathroom is, you can ask, "Excuse me, where is the restroom?" The flight attendant will point you in the right direction. Right before the plane lands, you'll hear an announcement. It'll say something like, "Ladies and gentlemen, we are beginning our descent into New York City. Please fasten your seatbelts and return your seats and tray tables to their upright and locked positions. Please turn off all electronic devices or switch them to airplane mode. This is a safety rule for landing. Just make sure your seatbelt is fastened, your seat is straight up, not leaning back, your tray table is closed and locked, and your phone is off or on airplane mode. Easy. You'll feel the plane going down. Your ears might pop a little bit because of the change in air pressure. If this happens, try swallowing or yawning. It helps. And then you'll feel a little bump. That's the wheels touching the ground. You've landed. You've arrived at your destination. The plane will taxi to the gate. Taxi means the plane is moving slowly on the ground to get to the parking spot. This usually takes a few minutes. When the plane stops and the seatbelt sign turns off, everyone will stand up and start getting their bags from the overhead bins. Don't rush. Take your time. Make sure you have everything: your carry-on bag, your jacket, your phone, everything you brought with you. Then you'll walk off the plane, through the jet bridge, and into the airport. The plane has landed. You've arrived. But there's one more step: immigration and customs. After you get off the plane, follow the signs. The signs will say arrivals, or baggage claim, or sometimes immigration, or passport control. First, you go to immigration. Sometimes it's called passport control. Here, an officer will check your passport and maybe your visa if you need one. There will probably be a line, so you'll need to wait your turn. When it's your turn, you'll walk up to a desk or a booth. An officer will be sitting there. They might look very serious, but don't be nervous. They're just doing their job. The officer will probably ask you a few simple questions. The most important thing is to give simple, honest answers. Don't talk too much. Just answer the question they ask. They might ask, "What is the purpose of your visit?" This means, "Why are you here? Why did you come to this country?" If you're a tourist, you say, "I'm here on vacation," or "I'm here for tourism." If you're here for work, you say, "I'm here for business," or "I'm here for a business meeting." If you're visiting family, you say, "I'm here to visit family." If you're a student, you say, "I'm here to study." Keep it simple. They might ask, "How long will you be staying?" This means, "How many days or weeks will you be here?" You say, "I'll be staying for 2 weeks," or "I'll be here for 5 days," or "I'll be here for 1 week." They might ask, "Where will you be staying?" This means, "What is the address of your hotel or home?" You say, "I'll be staying at the Grand Hotel," or "I'm staying with a friend," or "I'm staying at an Airbnb." If they ask for the address and you don't remember it exactly, don't panic. You can show them on your phone. That's why my tip for you is it's a very good idea to have the address of your hotel saved on your phone or written on a piece of paper. This way you can show it to the officer if you need to. Super helpful. They might also ask, "Is this your first time in this country?" You can say, "Yes, it's my first time," or "No, I've been here before." They might ask, "Where will you be staying?" Do you have a return ticket? Do you have a ticket to go back home? You can say, "Yes, I do," and you can show them your return ticket if they want to see it. After immigration, the officer will stamp your passport. This stamp shows that you entered the country legally. Then they'll give your passport back to you and say something like, "Welcome to the United States. Enjoy your stay." Or, "Have a nice visit." You can say, "Thank you. Congratulations. You made it through immigration. Now you go to baggage claim." This is where you pick up your big suitcases that you checked in at the beginning of your journey. Look for the big screens. They'll show all the flights and which conveyor belt has the bags. Find the screen with your flight number. Let's say your flight was BA49 from London. You look for BA49 on the screen, and it will say something like Carousel 3 or Belt 5. A conveyor belt, also called a carousel, is the moving belt that carries the luggage. It goes around and around in a circle. Go to that belt and wait for your bag to appear. This can take a few minutes so be patient. Watch carefully. Sometimes bags look similar, so make sure you grab the right one. Check the tag on the bag to make sure it's yours. When you see your bag, grab it quickly. Pull it off the belt. If it's heavy, you can ask someone nearby for help. But what if your bag doesn't show up? Oh no, you wait, and everyone else has gotten their bags, but yours isn't there. What do? First, don't panic. This happens sometimes, and there's a process to fix it. Your bag might be on a different belt, or it might have been delayed. Look for a desk that says baggage service or lost luggage. It's usually nearby, often right next to the baggage claim area. Go to the desk and say, "Excuse me, I can't find my luggage. My flight was from Paris." Or, "My luggage seems to be missing. Can you help me?" Say it with me. "Excuse me, I can't find my luggage. My flight was from Paris." The person at the desk will help you. They'll ask for your flight details. They might ask, "What's your flight number?" You can look at your boarding pass and tell them. They'll ask for a description of your bag. They might ask, "What color is your bag? What size is it? Does it have any special features?" You can say, "It's a black suitcase, medium size, with a red ribbon tied to the handle." They'll help you file a report. A report is an official document that says your bag is missing. They'll search for your bag and call you or email you when they find it. Usually, they'll deliver it to your hotel for free. The very last step at the airport is customs. Customs is where they check if you're bringing any special items into the country. A customs officer might ask, "Do you have anything to declare?" This means, are you bringing specific items into the country? These items could be things like large amounts of alcohol, tobacco, or fresh food like fruits or meats. Some countries have strict rules about bringing food. If you're a normal tourist with just your clothes and some souvenirs, you say, "No, nothing to declare." Say it with me. No, nothing to declare. Most of the time, they'll just wave you through. Sometimes they might ask to look in your bag, but this is rare. And just like that, you've conquered the airport. From check-in to customs, you handled every step. You used your English, and you're officially in your new destination. Take a moment to feel proud of yourself. That was a big achievement. Seriously, you should be so proud. You navigated an entire international airport using English. That's incredible. All right, quick question for you. Which part of the airport makes you the most nervous? Tell me in the comments. Is it check-in? Is it security? Is it talking to the immigration officer? I want to know so I can help you even more in future videos. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Easy English with Sage, for daily practice. It really helps you stay motivated, and it helps me know that you're enjoying these videos. Click that subscribe button, my friend. You won't regret it. Part 2. Getting around. Transportation. Okay, you made it out of the airport. Congratulations! You're breathing fresh air, you're in a new country, and you're probably feeling excited. Now you need to get to your hotel. How do you do that? Well, you have a few options. You can take a taxi, you can take a bus, or you can take a train. Let's learn the English you need for all of them. First, let's talk about taking a taxi. Most airports have an official taxi stand. This is a special place outside the airport where all the official, licensed taxis wait in a line. It's important to use the official taxi stand because these taxis are registered and safe. Sometimes there are people inside the airport who might approach you and offer you a taxi ride. Be careful. They might charge you too much money. It's better to use the official taxi stand. If you can't see the taxi stand, just ask someone, "Excuse me, where can I find a taxi?" Or, "Where is the taxi stand?" Say it with me. "Excuse me, where is the taxi stand?" They'll show you where to go. Usually, there are signs that say taxi or ground transportation. You'll walk outside and you'll see a line of taxis waiting. There might be a line of people waiting too. Just wait your turn. When it's your turn, you'll walk up to the first taxi in line. The driver might get out and help you put your luggage in the trunk. The trunk is the back part of the car where you put bags. In British English, it's called the boot. Then you get into the back seat of the taxi. In most countries, passengers sit in the back, not in the front. The driver will probably ask, "Where to?" or "Where are you going?" This is a short way of saying, "Where do you want to go?" You should tell them your destination very. You say, "To the Sunshine Hotel on Main Street, please," or "To the Grand Plaza Hotel, please," or if you know the address, "To 123 Park Avenue, please." Let me give you my top tip for taking taxis. Have the hotel name and address ready on your phone or written on paper. You can show it to the driver. This is the best way to make sure you get to the right place. Sometimes the driver might not understand your accent, or maybe the hotel name is difficult to pronounce. If you show them the address, there's no confusion. They'll know exactly where to take you. You could say, "Here, this is where I need to go," and show them your phone with the address. Once you're in the taxi and driving, you might want to ask about the cost. This is smart. You don't want any surprises at the end. You can ask, "How much will it be to the hotel approximately?" Say it with me. How much will it be to the hotel approximately? Approximately means about or around. It's not an exact price. Just an estimate. An estimate is a guess. Or you can ask, "Do you have an idea of the fare to downtown?" The fare is the price of the taxi ride. The driver might say, "It should be around $40, depending on traffic." Traffic means how many cars are on the road. If there's a lot of traffic, the ride might take longer and cost more. If the roads are clear, it might be faster and cost less. You can also ask, "How long will it take to get there?" This helps you plan your time. Maybe you're tired and you just want to know how much longer until you can rest. The driver might say, "About 30 minutes," or maybe 20 minutes if traffic is good. If you're in a hurry, maybe you have a meeting or an appointment, You can say, "Could you take the fastest route, please?" Say it with me. "Could you take the fastest route, please?" This asks the driver to choose the quickest way, even if it costs a little bit more. During the drive, you can relax and look out the window. You can see the new city. Look at the buildings, the streets, the people. It's exciting. Sometimes taxi drivers are very friendly and they like to talk. They might ask you, "Is this your first time here?" Or, "Where are you from?" You can answer if you want to have a conversation, or you can just give short answers if you're tired. It's totally okay to say, "I'm a bit tired. I'm just going to rest," if you don't feel like talking. When you arrive at your hotel, the driver will pull up to the entrance and say, "Here we are," or "We're here." The price will be shown on the meter. The meter is the little machine in the front of the taxi that shows the fare. It usually has numbers that go up as you drive. Let's say the fare is $42. You might want to pay with a credit card. Some taxis accept credit cards, and some only accept cash. It's good to ask at the beginning of the ride if you're not sure. You can ask, "Can I pay by credit card?" or "Do you accept credit cards?" If they say yes, great. They'll usually have a little machine where you can swipe or insert your card. If you're paying with cash and you have a big bill, like a $50 bill or a $100 bill, you might need change. You can ask, "Can you make change for a $50 bill?" This lets the driver know you need smaller bills back. Now, let me talk about something important called a tip. In many English-speaking countries, like the United States and Canada, it's normal and expected to give the driver a little extra money for good service. This extra money is called a tip or a gratuity. In the US, a 15 to 20% tip is normal. Let me explain how to calculate this quickly. If the fare is $42, you can round up to 40. 20% of 40 is 8. So a good tip would be about $8, making your total around $50. Or here's an easier way. If the fare is $42 and you give them $50, that's an $8 tip, which is about 19%. That's perfect. If the driver was especially helpful, like helping you with your bags or giving you good recommendations, you can tip a little more. There are 2 easy ways to give a tip. You can give the driver cash and say, "Keep the change." Say it with me, "Keep the change." This means the extra money is for them. It's a friendly phrase that drivers hear all the time. Or you can say, "Here's $50." If the fare was 42, and they'll understand that the extra is their tip. Let's practice a full taxi conversation together. I'll be the driver, and you're the passenger. Ready? You say, "Hi, I need to go to the city center hotel, please." I say, "No problem, hop in." Hop in is a friendly, casual way to say, "Get in the car." You say, "Thank you. How long will it take to get there?" I say, "About 25 minutes with this traffic, maybe 30 if it gets busier." You say, "Okay." That's fine. And about how much will the fare be? I say, "It should be around $35 to $40. You say, "Great, thank you." Later, when you arrive, I say, "All right, here we are. City Center Hotel. You say, perfect, thank you. How much do I owe you? I say, that'll be $36. You say, okay, here's $45. Please keep the change. I say, oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Have a great stay in the city. You say, thank you, you too. Ooh, see how smooth that was? You were in control. You were confident. You were polite. Amazing. Now, these days, many people use ride-sharing apps on their phones, like Uber or Lyft or Grab, depending on which country you're in. These apps are very convenient. Here's how they work. You download the app on your phone, you create an account, and then you can request a ride. You type in where you want to go, and the app shows you the price before you even get in the car. That's great because there are no surprises. The app will show you the driver's name, the car model and color, and the license plate number. This information is really important for your safety. When the car arrives, it's smart to confirm you have the right car before you get in. This is a safety check. Let's say your name is Amy and the driver's name is Mark. When the car pulls up, you walk over and you can ask, "Are you Mark, my driver for Amy?" Or you can say, "Hi, is this the ride for Amy?" The driver will probably also confirm with you. They might say, "Hi, are you Amy? Or Amy going to the art museum?" You just say, "Yes, that's me," or "Yes, that's correct." This quick confirmation makes sure you're getting in the right car with the right driver. Safety first. With ride-sharing apps, the payment happens automatically through the app. You don't need to pay cash or use a credit card in the car. At the end of the ride, you just say thank you and get out. The app charges your credit card automatically. Tipping with ride-sharing apps is a little different. In some countries, tipping is included or expected, and in others, it's optional. The app will usually give you an option to add a tip after the ride. You can add 10%, 15%, or 20%, or a custom amount. It's up to you. All right, tell me in the comments, do you use taxis or ride-sharing apps when you travel, or have you used both? I'm so curious to know. What do you prefer? Now let's talk about public transportation, buses and trains. This is often a very affordable way to get around a city. It's also a great way to see the city like a local. You'll ride with people who live there, and you'll see parts of the city that tourists don't usually see. First, you need to find the right stop or station. You can use a map app on your phone, like Google Maps, or you can ask someone for directions. You can say, "Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop?" Or, "Excuse me, where is the nearest bus stop?" People will usually point you in the right direction or even walk with you part of the way if it's nearby. When you get to the bus stop or train station, you need to buy a ticket. There are usually a few ways to do this. You can look for a ticket machine. These are automatic machines where you can buy tickets using cash or a credit card. The instructions are usually in multiple languages, so look for the English option. Or you can go to a ticket window where a real person can help you. This is often easier if you're not sure which ticket to buy. You can say, "I'd like to buy a ticket to the Central Station, please." Or, "A single ticket to the airport, please." Or, "How much is a ticket to downtown?" Let me explain ticket types because this can be confusing. A single ticket or one-way ticket is for a trip in one direction. You're going from point A to point B. That's it. If you know you're coming back the same way, you can save money by buying a round-trip ticket or a return ticket. These mean the same thing, a ticket to go there and a ticket to come back. In the US, we usually say round trip. In the UK and some other countries, they say return. The ticket seller might ask one way or round trip, or single or return. Now you know what to say. You might also want to ask about the schedule. The schedule tells you what times the buses or trains leave. You can ask, "What time does the next train to downtown leave?" Or, "When is the next bus to the airport?" Or, for buses that come frequently, "How often do the buses run?" This means, how many minutes are there between each bus? They might say, every 15 minutes or every half hour. Some cities have day passes or weekly passes. These are special tickets that let you ride as many times as you want for one day or 1 week. If you're going to use public transportation a lot, this can save you money. You can ask, "Do you have a day pass?" Or, "How much is a day pass?" When you're on the platform waiting for the train or at the bus stop waiting for the bus, it's a good idea to confirm you're in the right place. This gives you peace of mind. You can ask another passenger who's waiting. People are usually very happy to help a visitor. You can say, "Excuse me, is this the right bus for the university?" Or, "Is this the train to Brighton Beach?" Or, "Does this bus go to the city center?" Say it with me. "Excuse me, is this the right bus for the university?" They'll say yes or no, and if you're in the wrong place, they'll help you find the right one. When your bus or train arrives, get on. On trains, the doors usually open automatically. On buses, you might need to step up into the bus. While you're on the bus or train, you need to know when to get off. This is important because you don't want to miss your stop. You can follow the journey on a map app on your phone. So, the best part. Oh. Yes, the most comfortable part. You are so comfortable. You can stay inside on bus or train. Get off train on the way, even if you're late. That'll give you peace of mind. You can ask another passenger who's waiting. People are usually very happy to help a visitor. You can say, "Excuse me, is this the right bus for the university?" They'll say yes or no. And if you're in the wrong place, they'll help you find the right one. When your bus or train arrives, get on. Many apps have a feature where they'll alert you when you're near your stop, or you can count the stops. If someone told you it's 3 stops from here, you can count 1 stop, 2 stops, 3 stops, and then you get off. Or you can ask the driver or another passenger for help. You can say, "Could you please tell me when we get to the museum stop?" Or, "How many more stops until City Hall?" Or, "Is this the stop for the train station?" Most people will be happy to help you. On many buses, you have to signal that you want to get off at the next stop. There's usually a button or a cord you can press or pull. When you press it, a stop requested sign lights up, and the driver knows to stop at the next stop. Look to see what other people are doing and do the same. As you get off the bus, it's nice to say thank you to the driver. It's not required, but it's a small act of kindness that makes everyone feel good. In many English-speaking countries, especially in the UK, people always thank the bus driver as they get off. Let's imagine a quick conversation at a train station. You walk up to the ticket window. You say, "Hello, I'd like one ticket to the Science Museum, please." The clerk says, "A single or return?" You say, "A single, please. How much is that?" The clerk says, "That's £5." You say, "Okay, great. And which platform does it leave from?" Platform is the place where you wait for the train. It's like a long sidewalk next to the train tracks. The clerk says, "It leaves from platform 4. The next train is in about 10 minutes. You say, "Perfect. Thank you for your help." The clerk says, "You're welcome. Enjoy your trip." Wow, look at you. You can navigate taxis, ride-sharing apps, buses, and trains. With these simple phrases, you can confidently get wherever you need to go. You're a confident world traveler. You know what? I'm so proud of you. You've already learned so much. We've covered the airport and Transportat, and we still have more to learn. But you're doing amazingly well. Remember, even 5 minutes of practice a day can change your English forever. So keep going. You're doing so well. Quick question. If you're enjoying this lesson so far, give me a comment below. Tell me which transportation method you like best. Do you prefer taxis because they're direct? Or do you like buses and trains because you can see more of the city? I want to know. Part 3. At the hotel. Your home away from home. Okay, you took a taxi or a bus or a train. You've arrived at your hotel. This is so exciting! This is going to be your home for the next few days. The next step is checking in. After checking in, you can finally go to your room, put down your bags, and relax. You made it. The check-in process is usually very simple and friendly. And now you have all the phrases to make it even easier. You walk into the hotel. The first thing you'll probably notice is the lobby. The lobby is the big entrance area of the hotel. It's usually nice and decorated. There might be comfortable chairs, plants, artwork on the walls. Some hotel lobbies are really beautiful. You'll see a long desk. This is the front desk, also called reception. The person working there is the receptionist or the front desk agent. Their job is to welcome you and help you. They're usually very friendly. They'll greet you with a warm smile. They might say, "Good evening. Welcome to the Grand Hotel. How can I help you?" Or, "Hello, welcome. Are you checking in today?" Your first sentence is very important. This is where you tell them who you are and why you're there. You say, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name." And then you say your last name. For example, if your last name is Smith, you say, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name Smith." If your last name is Kim, you say, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name Kim." Say it with me, but use your own last name. H. I have a reservation under the name. Perfect. A reservation or a booking means you already booked the room online or on the phone before you arrived. You have a confirmed room waiting for you. It's a good idea to have your booking confirmation ready. This is the email you received when you booked the room. You can have it on your phone. If there's any confusion, you can show them, "Here's my confirmation email." The receptionist will smile and say something like, "Of course, Mr. Smith. Let me find that for you." Then they'll start typing on their computer to look for your reservation. They might ask, "Could you spell your last name for me, please?" This is to make sure they find the right reservation. Some names can be spelled different ways. You can spell your name letter by letter. Yes, it's Smith. They'll probably say, "Great, I found it." Then they'll say, "May I see your ID and a credit card, please?" Your ID is your identification document. This is usually your passport when you're traveling internationally. If you're traveling within your own country, it might be your driver's license or national ID card. You can respond with a friendly, polite phrase. "Certainly, here they are." Or, "Of course, here you go." Or just, "Sure, no problem." Say it with me. "Of course, here you go." You hand them your passport and your credit card, and they'll make copies or scan them into their system. You might wonder, why do they need a credit card? Hotels often ask for a credit card to put a hold on it. This is called a deposit or an authorization. It's not a payment right away. It's just a temporary hold of money, usually somewhere between $50 to $200, depending on the hotel. Why do they do this? It's just in case you use extra services during your stay. For example, if you order room service, food delivered to your room. If you take drinks or snacks from the minibar, the small refrigerator in your room. If you use the hotel spa or other paid services, if you damage something in the room, this is rare. If you don't use any of these extra services, you won't be charged. The hold will be released and you'll get that money back. It's just a precaution for the hotel. After they process your information, they'll prepare your room key. The receptionist will give you your room key card. Today, most hotels use plastic key cards instead of traditional metal keys. The key card is like a credit card that you slide into the door lock to open your room. The receptionist will give you the key card and tell you important information. They might say something like, "Your room is number 502 on the 5th floor. The elevators are just over there, to your right." Or, "You're in room 1208 on the 12th floor. The elevators are straight ahead and to the left." They might also tell you about hotel services. Breakfast is served from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. in the dining room on the 1st floor. Or, if you need anything, just call the front desk from your room phone. We're here 24/7. This is a great time for you to ask any questions you have. don't be shy. This is your chance to get all the information you need for a comfortable stay. Here are some very useful questions to ask. What time is checkout? This is super important. Checkout time is the time you must leave your room on your last day. Most hotels have checkout at 11 a.m. or 12 noon. But it's good to confirm. What is the Wi-Fi password? This is probably the most popular question. Everyone needs internet these days. The receptionist might say, the Wi-Fi password is on the back of your keycard sleeve, or the password is welcome123, or you'll find the Wi-Fi information in your room. Is breakfast included with my room? Included means it's free. It's part of your room price. Some hotels include breakfast, and some charge extra for it. It's good to know. You could also ask, where is the breakfast room? What time is breakfast served? Other useful questions. Do you have a gym? Or where is the fitness center? Is there a swimming pool? Do you have a restaurant in the hotel? Is there a business center? This is a room with computers and printers that guests can use. Where can I get ice? Many hotels have ice machines on each floor. Let's see this all together in a complete check-in conversation. I'll be the receptionist and you're the guest. Ready? I say, good afternoon. Welcome to the Grand Hotel. How can I help you today? You say, hello, I have a reservation for tonight. It's under the name Tanaka. I say, wonderful, Mr. Tanaka. Let me look that up for you. Ah, yes, here it is. I see you booked a double room for 3 nights. Is that correct? You say, yes, that's right. I say, perfect. May I have your passport and a credit card, please? You say, of course. Here you go. I say, thank you so much. Okay, I'm just going to make a copy of these and get your room key ready. This will just take a moment. All right, you're all set. You're in room 1208 on the 12th floor. Here is your key card. The elevators are on your right, just past the lobby seating area. Your room has a beautiful view of the city. You say, that sounds great. Thank you. I have a couple of questions. What time is checkout? I say, checkout is at 11 a.m., but if you need a late checkout, please let us know and we'll try to accommodate you if possible. You say, okay, perfect. And what's the Wi-Fi password? I say, the Wi-Fi network name is Grand Hotel Guest, and the password is on the back of this little sleeve that your key card is in. You can also find it on the information card in your room. You say, great. One more question. Is breakfast included? I say, yes, it is. Breakfast is complimentary for all our guests. It's served in the Garden Restaurant on the ground floor from 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. We have a full buffet with hot and cold options. You say, wonderful, thank you so much. I say, you're very welcome, Mr. Tanaka. Is there anything else I can help you with right now? You say, no, that's all for now. Thank you. I say, my pleasure. If you need anything at all during your stay, please don't hesitate to call the front desk. We're here 24 hours a day. Enjoy your stay. You say, thank you. Oh, wow, that was perfect. You got your key. You got all your information. You were polite and friendly. You're ready to go to your room. Now, let's imagine you take the elevator up to your floor. You find your room. You slide your key card into the lock. You hear a little beep and a click, and the door opens. You walk into your room. Take a moment to look around. Where's the bed? Where's the bathroom? Where's the TV? Where's the closet for your clothes? Where's the minibar? Is there a desk? Is there a balcony? Get familiar with your space. You put down your bags. Maybe you lie down on the bed for a minute. Oh, it feels so good to relax after traveling. But what if you get to your room and you need something? Or what if there's a problem? Don't worry, there's a phone in your room, usually on the bedside table or on the desk. You can use it to call the front desk for help. You just pick up the phone, and there's usually a button that says front desk or reception, or sometimes just 0. You press that button, and it connects you directly to the front desk. If you need extra items for your comfort, you can ask for them. For example, if you need more towels, you call and say, "Hello, this is room 1208. Could we have some extra towels, please?" It's important to always say your room number first. That way, they know which room to bring the items to. Other things you might need to request: could you send up some extra pillows, please? Can I get some more hangers for the closet? Could we have some extra blankets? Do you have an iron I could use? An iron is for making your clothes smooth and wrinkle-free. Could you send up a hairdryer? If you're cold at night, you can ask, "Could you please send up an extra blanket?" Or, "Is it possible to get another blanket?" Send up means to bring it to your room. But what if something in your room is not working properly? This is more serious than just needing extra towels. You should definitely report it so they can fix it for you. For example, if the air conditioning isn't working. "Hello, this is room 1208. The air conditioning isn't working. It's quite warm in here." Or if the Wi-Fi isn't working well. "The Wi-Fi in my room is very slow. I can't seem to connect properly." Or if there's a problem with the shower. "There's a problem with the shower. There's no hot water." Or, "The shower drain is clogged." Or if the TV isn't working. "The TV in my room isn't turning on." Or if a light bulb is burned out. "The lamp by the bed isn't working. I think the light bulb needs to be replaced." When you report a problem, the receptionist will be apologetic and helpful. They'll say something like, "I'm so sorry to hear that, Mr. Tanaka. I'll send someone up to look at it right away." Or, "I apologize for the inconvenience. I'll have maintenance come up to your room immediately." Maintenance is the team of people who fix things in the hotel. Usually, someone will come to your room within 10 to 20 minutes to fix the problem. They'll knock on your door and say, "Maintenance" or "Engineering." You can open the door and they'll come in and fix whatever needs to be fixed. It's always okay to ask for what you need to be comfortable. Hotels want you to have a good experience. They want you to be happy. Don't feel bad about asking for help. Hotels also offer many other services that you can ask about. Do you have a gym or a fitness center? What are the hours for the gym? Do you have a swimming pool? What time does the pool close? Hours means the opening and closing times. For example, the pool might be open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can also ask for recommendations about the local area. Can you recommend a good restaurant nearby? What are some interesting things to see in this area? Is there a grocery store within walking distance? And you can ask them to help you with transportation. Could you call a taxi for me, please? Can you help me book a ride to the airport tomorrow? Is there a subway station nearby? Another important service is housekeeping. Housekeeping is the cleaning service. They clean your room every day, usually in the morning or early afternoon while you're out. They'll make your bed, clean the bathroom, vacuum the floor, empty the trash, and bring fresh towels. It's really nice. But what if you're in your room during the day and you don't want to be disturbed? Maybe you're taking a nap or you're on an important phone call. Or you just want privacy. Most hotels provide a special sign that you can hang on the outside of your door. This sign usually says, "Do not disturb," or sometimes just DND, or it might have a picture of a sleeping person. When you hang this sign on your door, housekeeping will see it and won't knock on your door or enter your room. They'll respect your privacy. On the other side of the sign, there's usually another message that says, "Please clean my room," or "Make up my room." You can flip the sign to this side when you leave your room to let housekeeping know they can come in and clean. If you come back to your hotel room late in the afternoon and your room hasn't been cleaned yet, you can call the front desk and say, "Hello, this is room 1208. My room hasn't been serviced yet. When can I expect housekeeping?" Serviced is another word for cleaned in hotel language. They'll probably apologize and send housekeeping to your room soon. Sometimes hotels offer laundry service. This means they can wash your clothes for you. There's usually a laundry bag in your closet with a form. You write down what items you want washed. You put the clothes in the bag, and you call the front desk to pick it up. They'll wash your clothes and bring them back to you, usually within 24 hours. This service usually costs extra money, but it's very convenient if you're traveling for a long time. Finally, at the end of your wonderful trip, it's time for checkout. This is when you leave the hotel on your last day. Remember, checkout time is usually 11 a.m. or 12 noon. Make sure you know your hotel's checkout time. You need to be out of your room by then. On your last morning, pack all your bags. Make sure you check everywhere. Look in all the drawers, check the bathroom. Look under the bed, check the closet. You don't want to leave anything behind. Then you go back down to the front desk. You walk up to the receptionist and you simply say, "Hello, I'd like to check out. I was in room 1208. The receptionist will say something like, "Of course, Mr. Tanaka. Let me pull up your account. Just one moment." They'll prepare your final bill. The bill is an itemized list that shows all the charges from your stay. It will show the cost of your room for each night, any extra charges, room service, minibar, laundry, etc., taxes, the total amount. They'll give you the bill to review. take a minute to look at it. Make sure everything looks correct. If you see a charge that you don't recognize, ask about it. You can say, "Excuse me, what is this charge for?" and point to the item on the bill. They'll explain it to you. Maybe you forgot that you ordered room service one night, or maybe you took some snacks from the minibar. If everything looks correct, they'll ask, "How would you like to pay?" You can say, "I'll pay with a credit card," or "I'll pay with cash." Usually, they'll charge the credit card that you gave them when you checked in. They'll say, "Here's your receipt. Is there anything else I can help you with?" If you had a great time at the hotel, this is a nice moment to say so. A simple, kind word can really make someone's day. You can say, "I had a wonderful stay. Thank you. Your hotel is beautiful and the staff was so helpful." Or, "Everything was perfect. Thank you so much." Or, "Thank you for a great experience. I'll definitely recommend this hotel to my friends." This kind of feedback is so appreciated. It shows your gratitude and leaves a positive impression. The receptionist will smile and say something like, "That's so wonderful to hear. We're so glad you enjoyed your stay. We hope to see you again soon. Have a safe trip." You can say, "Thank you, goodbye," and that's it. You've successfully checked out. You've now mastered the hotel experience. You can check in with confidence, ask for what you need, handle any problems that come up, and check out smoothly. You're doing beautifully. All right, my friend. ... Let's take a little pause here. Let me ask you, how are you feeling? We've learned so much together. We've traveled through the airport, we've learned about all kinds of transportation, and we've checked into and out of a hotel. That's a lot of information, I know. But you're doing so well. I'm really proud of you. Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. It's okay if you don't remember every single phrase perfectly right now. That's not the goal. The goal is to feel a little more confident, a little more prepared, a little more ready for your adventure. Every new word you learn is a step forward. Every phrase you practice is a victory. You should be very proud of your effort. Tell me in the comments, what's the one situation that makes you the most nervous when you travel? Is it ordering food in a restaurant? Is it asking for directions when you're lost? Is it checking into a hotel? Whatever it is, I want you to know your feeling is completely valid and normal. It's okay to be nervous. It just means you're stepping out of your comfort zone. And that's where growth happens, my friend. If you feel comfortable, write to me in the comments and tell me what makes you nervous. I read every comment, and I would love to hear from you and support you. For now, know that I'm here with you. We're going to continue this journey together. Are you ready for my absolute favorite part of traveling? It's eating. Let's learn how to confidently order food at a restaurant. This is going to be so fun. Part 4. At the restaurant. A delicious adventure. Oh wow, trying new food is honestly one of the best parts of travel. It's a wonderful adventure for your taste buds. Every country has its own special dishes, its own flavors, its own cooking styles. It's so exciting. But I know that ordering food in a new language can feel a little scary for some people. Maybe you're worried you'll say something wrong, or you won't understand the menu, or you'll accidentally order something you don't like. Please don't let that fear stop you. You can do this. And honestly, even if you make a mistake, it's okay. I've accidentally ordered weird things when traveling. And you know what? It usually makes a funny story to tell later. Let's walk through the entire dining experience together. From the moment you arrive at the restaurant to the moment you pay the bill and leave, I'll be with you every step of the way. First things first, arriving at the restaurant. You walk up to the restaurant. Maybe it's a fancy restaurant. Maybe it's a casual restaurant. Maybe it's a small, family-owned restaurant. Doesn't matter. The phrases are the same. You walk in through the door. At the entrance, there's usually a person standing there to greet you. This person is called the host if it's a man, or the hostess if it's a woman. Sometimes we just call them both the host. They'll greet you warmly. They might say, "Good evening. Welcome to Bella's Italian restaurant." If you don't have a reservation, you need to ask for a table. You say, "Hello, do you have a table for two, please?" A table for two means a table for two people. If you're eating alone, you say, "A table for one, please." If you're with a group, you say, "A table for four, please," or whatever number you need. Say it with me. "Hello, do you have a table for two, please?" The host might ask you, "Do you have a reservation?" A reservation means you called ahead or booked online to reserve a table. If you made a reservation, you say, "Yes, I have a reservation under the name Garcia," or whatever your last name is. If you didn't make a reservation, you just say, "No, I don't," or "No, we don't have a reservation." That's totally fine. Most restaurants accept walk-in customers. If the restaurant is very busy, they might not have a table available right away. They might say it will be about a 20-minute wait, or there's about a 15-minute wait for a table. This means you need to wait that long for a table to become available. You can then decide if you want to wait or if you want to go to another restaurant. If you decide to wait, you can say, "Okay, we'll wait," and they might give you a little beeper device that will buzz when your table is ready. Or they'll just call your name. When your table is ready, the host will say, "Right this way, please," or "Follow me, please." This means, "Follow me. I'll show you to your table." They'll walk through the restaurant and you'll follow them. They'll show you to your table and pull out a chair for you. Sometimes they do this, sometimes they don't. They'll give you a menu. A menu is the list of all the food and drinks the restaurant offers. They might say, "Here are your menus. Your server will be with you in just a moment." Or, "Someone will be right with you to take your drink order." You can say, "Thank you." Now you're sitting at your table. Take a moment to look around. Look at the menu. Don't rush. It's nice to take your time and see what looks good. After a minute or two, your waiter or waitress will come to your table. A waiter is a man who serves you. A waitress is a woman who serves you. These days, many people just use the word server for both. They'll usually introduce themselves. They might say, "Hi, welcome. My name is Sarah, and I'll be your server today. can I start you off with something to drink? Or, good evening, I'm Michael. I'll be taking care of you tonight. Would you like to hear about our specials? Specials are special dishes that the restaurant is featuring today. They might not be on the regular menu, but let's start with drinks first. The server will usually ask about drinks right away. They might say, "Can I get you something to drink?" Or, "Would you like to start with a beverage?" You can respond in a few ways. "Yes, I'll have a glass of water, please. Could I have a Coke, please? I'd like an iced tea, please." If you want to see all the drink options first, you can say, "Could I see the drink menu, please?" Or, if you're not ready to order drinks yet, you can say, "Just water for me, for now, thank you." Say it with me. Just water for me, for now, thank you. Water is usually free in restaurants in English-speaking countries, so it's always safe to ask for water. After they bring your drinks, they'll give you a few minutes to look at the food menu. They might say, "I'll give you a few minutes to look over the menu," and then they'll walk away. This is your time to really study the menu and decide what you want. Looking at a menu in English can be confusing sometimes. There might be words you don't know. That's okay. Here are some tips. Look for pictures if there are any. Look for descriptions under each dish name. Don't be afraid to ask questions. After a few minutes, the server will come back to take your food order. They'll ask, "Are you ready to order?" Have you decided what you'd like? Or may I take your order? If you're ready to order, here are the two most polite and common ways to start your sentence. "I'd like," or "I'll have." For example, "I'll have the grilled chicken salad, please." Or, "I'd like to try the pasta special, please." Say it with me. "I'll have the grilled chicken salad, please." These phrases are simple, polite, and clear. Perfect. But what if you look at the menu and you have no idea what to get? Everything looks interesting, but you can't decide. Or maybe the menu uses words you don't understand. This is a perfect opportunity to ask for a recommendation. Servers love when you ask them for recommendations because it shows you trust their judgment. You can say, "What do you recommend?" Or, "What's the most popular dish here?" Or, "What's your favorite dish on the menu?" Or, "This is my first time here. What should I try?" The server will be happy to tell you about their favorite dishes or the restaurant's most famous dishes. You could also ask questions about specific items on the menu. What is the fish of the day? Many restaurants have a different fish each day. How big is the portion? Portion means serving size. Is this dish spicy? Spicy means hot with lots of peppers or spices. What does this dish come with? This asks what side dishes are included. Now, let's talk about something very, very important: allergies and dietary needs. If you have a food allergy, it's absolutely critical that you communicate this clearly to your server. Your health and safety are the most important things. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be shy. You need to tell them. For example, if you're allergic to nuts, "I'm allergic to nuts. Does this dish contain any nuts?" Or, "I have a nut allergy. Can you make sure there are no nuts in my food?" If you're allergic to shellfish, like shrimp, crab, lobster, I'm allergic to shellfish. Is there any shellfish in this dish? If you're lactose intolerant, can't eat dairy. I'm lactose intolerant. Does this have any cheese or cream in it? If you're vegetarian, don't eat meat. I'm a vegetarian. Do you have any vegetarian options? Or, I don't eat meat. Can I get this dish without the chicken? If you're vegan, don't eat any animal products. I'm vegan. Do you have any vegan dishes? If you have celiac disease or gluten sensitivity. I can't eat gluten. Do you have any gluten-free options? Please, please, never be afraid to talk about your dietary needs. Restaurants are used to this. They hear these questions every day. They want you to have a safe and enjoyable meal. Most good restaurants will be happy to modify dishes for you. Modify means to change or adjust. You can say, "Can I get this dish without cheese?" Or, "Could you make this without onions?" Many dishes on the menu come with side dishes. Side dishes are small portions of other food that come with your main dish. Common side dishes are French fries, a salad, rice, steamed vegetables, mashed potatoes, bread. The server might ask you which side dish you want. They might say, "That comes with your choice of fries or a baked potato. Which would you like?" You can just answer simply, "Fries, please," or "The baked potato, please." If you don't know what side dishes are available, you can ask, "What does that come with?" Or, "What are the side dishes?" Let's practice a complete ordering conversation together. I'll be the waiter and you're the customer. Imagine you're at a nice restaurant with a friend. Ready? I say, "Hello, welcome to Riverside Restaurant. My name is Alex, and I'll be your server today. Can I start you off with something to drink?" You say, "Yes, I'll have a glass of water with lemon, please." Your friend says, "And I'll have an iced tea." I say, "Perfect. I'll be right back with those drinks." I return with the drinks. I say, "Here are your drinks. Are you ready to order, or would you like a few more minutes?" You say, "I think we're ready. I have a question about the fish of the day. What kind of fish is it?" I say, "Today it's salmon, grilled with herbs, and it comes with roasted vegetables and rice." You say, "That sounds delicious. I'll have that, please." I say, "Excellent choice. And for you, sir?" Your friend says, "I'll have the cheeseburger. Can I get that without onions, please?" I say, "Of course, no onions. And how would you like your burger cooked?" This is a common question for burgers and steaks. There are different levels of cooking: rare, very pink inside; medium rare, pink inside; medium, slightly pink inside; medium well, just a little pink; well done, no pink, fully cooked. Your friend says, "Medium well, please." I say, "Perfect. And that comes with fries. Would you like any other sides?" Your friend says, "No, just the fries, thanks." Wonderful. I'll put that order in for you. Your food should be out in about 15 minutes. You say, "Great, thank you." Oh, that was such a good conversation. You asked questions, you made special requests, you were polite. You did everything perfectly. Now let's talk about what happens during your meal. While you're eating, your server will probably come back to your table once or twice to check on you. This is normal and polite. They want to make sure everything is good. They'll ask, "How is everything?" or "Is everything tasting good?" or "How's your meal?" If your food is wonderful and delicious, you can give them a big smile and say, "It's delicious. Thank you." "Everything is great. Thanks." "This is really good. Perfect. Thank you." These responses make the server happy because they know you're enjoying your meal. But what if there's a problem? What if your food is cold when it should be hot? What if they brought you the wrong dish? Dot, dot, dot. What if something is not cooked the way you asked? Please don't be afraid to say something. You're a paying customer, and the restaurant wants you to have a good experience. They would rather fix the problem than have you eat food you're not happy with. Just use a calm and polite tone. Don't get angry. Accidents happen and mistakes happen. Start with "Excuse me" to get their attention politely. "Excuse me, my food is a little cold. Could you please warm this up for me?" "Excuse me, I believe I ordered the chicken, but this looks like fish." "Excuse me, I asked for my steak medium rare, but this seems well done. Could you cook me a new one?" "Excuse me, this isn't what I ordered." Say it calmly and politely, and the server will apologize and fix it immediately. They might say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me take that back to the kitchen right away." Or, "I apologize for the confusion. I'll get that fixed for you immediately." Politeness is key. If you're polite, see this person's needs is why. Do not take it too hard. If you're polite, only one thing will happen. If you're polite, people will be happy to help you. If you're rude or angry, people won't want to help you as much. After your main course, your main dish, the server will probably take away your empty plates. Then they might ask if you want dessert. They'll say, "Would you like to see the dessert menu?" Or, "Can I interest you in any dessert or coffee tonight?" Or, "Would you like to hear about our desserts?" If you're still hungry and you have room for something sweet, you can say, "Yes, please. I'd love to see the dessert menu." If you're completely full and can't eat another bite, you can say, "No, thank you. I'm full." Or, "No, thank you. Everything was wonderful, but I'm stuffed." Stuffed is a casual way to say you're very full. If you don't want dessert, but you'd like coffee or tea, you can say, "No dessert for me, but could I have a coffee, please?" And that brings us to the final step of the restaurant experience, paying the bill. The bill, in the US, it's often called the check, is the piece of paper that shows how much your meal cost. When you're ready to leave, you need to ask for the bill. A polite way to do this is, "Could we have the bill, please?" "Can I get the check, please?" "May we have the check?" Say it with me. "Could we have the bill, please?" In the US, don't just say, "Check, please," like you see in movies. That's actually a bit rude in real life. Always use the full polite sentence. The server will say, "Of course, I'll bring that right out for you," and they'll go get your bill. They'll bring it to your table in a little folder or book. The bill will list everything you ordered and the prices. Look it over to make sure it's correct. Now, let's talk about something important, tipping again. In countries like the United States and Canada, tipping your server is expected. It's not optional. It's part of the culture. Servers in these countries earn very low wages. sometimes only $2 to $3 per. And they depend on tips for most of their income. A standard tip in the US is 15 to 20% of the total bill. Some people tip even more if the service was exceptional. Let me give you an easy way to calculate a tip. If your bill is $50, here's what you do. 10% of $50 is $5. 20% would be double that, $10. So a good tip would be between $7.50, 15%, and $10, 20%. I usually just round up and give $10 if the service was good. Sometimes, especially for large groups, usually 6 or more people, the restaurant will automatically add a service charge or gratuity to your bill. This is usually 18% or 20%. Always check your bill carefully. If a service charge is already included, you don't need to add another tip on top of it. If a service charge is not included, you need to add a tip. There are 2 ways to pay and tip. If you're paying with a credit card, the server brings the bill. You put your credit card in the folder. The server takes it away and processes it. They bring back a receipt for. On the receipt, there will be a line that says tip or gratuity. You write the tip amount there. Then there's a line that says total. You add the bill amount plus the tip and write the total. Then you sign it. Keep 1 copy for yourself and leave 1 copy for the restaurant. If you're paying with cash, you can leave cash on the table with the bill. If the bill is $42 and you leave $50, the extra $8 is the tip. You can just leave it on the table and go. Or you can give it to the server and say, keep the change. Before you leave, it's really nice to thank your server, especially if they gave you great service. You can say, thank you, everything was wonderful. Or, thanks so much, we really enjoyed our meal. Or, thank you, the service was excellent. These kind words mean a lot to servers. You have successfully enjoyed a meal from start to finish. You navigated the menu, you ordered food, you handled any problems, and you paid the bill. You did it. You know what? Tell the in T. What's your favorite food to eat when you travel? I love hearing about what people enjoy. Personally, I love trying local street food. It's usually delicious and authentic. Part 5. Shopping and asking for directions. Okay, we're in the final part of our travel English journey. You're doing so wonderfully. I'm so proud of you for staying with me this whole time. This last section covers 2 very common and fun things you'll do on your trip: shopping for gifts and souvenirs, and asking for directions when you're exploring and maybe getting a little bit lost. Let's start with shopping. Shopping when you travel is so fun. You can buy souvenirs to remember your trip. You can buy gifts for your family and friends back home. You can buy local products that you can't get in your own country. Imagine you're walking into a small shop. Maybe it's a souvenir shop with postcards and keychains and magnets. Maybe it's a clothing boutique with unique clothes. Maybe it's a specialty food shop with local chocolate or cheese or wine. When you walk in, a shop assistant, the person who works there, will probably greet you. They might just say, "Hi," or "Hello, welcome." Or they might ask, "Can I help you find anything?" Or "Are you looking for anything in particular?" Or "Is there something specific you're looking for today?" These questions are the shop assistant's way of offering to help you. Now, if you just want to look around by yourself and browse without help, that's totally fine. You can use this super useful phrase, "I'm just browsing, thank you." Or, "I'm just looking, thanks." Or, "Just looking, thank you." Say it with me. "I'm just browsing, thank you." Browsing means looking around casually without a specific plan. It's like window shopping. You're just seeing what's there. This phrase tells the shop assistant in a polite way that you don't need help right now. They'll smile and say, "Okay, let me know if you need anything." And then they'll leave you alone to shop in peace. But what if you are looking for something specific? Then you should tell them. They can help you find it faster. You can say, "Yes, actually, I'm looking for," and then say what you need. For example, "Yes, I'm looking for a gift for my mother. I'm looking for postcards. I'm looking for local chocolate. I'm looking for a souvenir keychain." Or you can ask, "Do you have," for example, "Do you have any postcards? Do you have any t-shirts with the city name? Do you have any local jewelry?" Let's imagine you're in a clothing store. You find a shirt you really like. You want to try it on to see if it fits. What do you say? First, you might want to ask about different sizes or colors. Clothing sizes can be confusing because different countries use different systems. In the US, sizes might be small, medium, large, extra large, or XS, S, M, L, XL. In Europe, they use numbers like 36, 38, 40. In the UK, they use different numbers. It can be confusing. My tip: if you're not sure about sizing, ask to try it on. You need to find the fitting room or dressing room. The fitting room is a private space with a mirror where you can try on clothes to see if they fit and if you like how they look. You can ask, "Where is the fitting room?" Or, "Where are the dressing rooms?" Or, you can hold up the item and ask, "Can I try this on?" Say it with me. "Can I try this on?" The shop assistant will point you to the fitting rooms and might say, "Of course, the fitting rooms are right over there." Sometimes the fitting rooms are locked and you need to ask someone to unlock them for you. Just ask, "Could you unlock the fitting room for me, please?" You try on the clothes. You look in the mirror. If you love it and it fits perfectly, great, you can buy it. If it doesn't fit or you don't like it, that's okay too. You can just put it back and keep looking. When you find something you want to buy, you take it to the cash register or checkout counter. This is where you pay. You can walk up to the cashier, the person working at the register, and say, "I'd like to buy this, please." Or just place the item on the counter. If you're not sure of the price, you can ask, "How much is this?" Or, "Could you tell me how much this costs?" When you're ready to pay, the cashier will tell you the total. They might say, "That'll be $25.50, or "Your total is £32. Then they'll ask, "How would you like to pay?" Or, "Cash or card?" You can say, I'll pay with a credit card, or I'll use my card, or cash please. Fortunately, in most developed English-speaking countries, credit cards are widely accepted, even at small shops. But some very small shops, especially markets or street vendors, might only accept car. You can always ask ahead of time, do you take credit cards? Or do you accept cards? If they say, no, sorry, cash only, you can ask, is there an ATM nearby? An ATM is an automated teller machine. It's a machine where you can withdraw cash from your bank account. We always call it an ATM in the US. Say it with me. Is there an ATM nearby? You can ask them right now, and they'll tell you where the nearest ATM is. But they don't take credit cards. There's no ATM nearby, and you don't have enough cash with you. What can you do? You can ask these two questions. Do you have a website where I could order this online? Do you offer shipping? Could you ship this to my hotel or to my home country? Some shops offer these services. It doesn't hurt to ask. They might say yes, and then you can still get the item you love. Now let's move on to our very last topic, asking for directions. Even in the age of smartphones and Google, sometimes you need to ask a real person for directions. Maybe your phone battery died. Maybe you don't have internet connection. Maybe the map app is confusing you. Or maybe you just prefer talking to real people. Asking for directions is a great way to interact with locals and practice your English. The most important thing when asking for directions is to be polite. You're interrupting someone's day to ask for help, so it's important to be nice and respectful. First, you need to get their attention politely. You say, "Excuse me." This is the most common and perfect way to start. You can say it to anyone, someone walking on the street, someone standing at a bus stop, a shop employee, anyone. Say it with me, "Excuse me." Then you can add, "Excuse me, could you help me?" Or, "Excuse me, sorry to bother you, but could you help me with something?" Then you explain what you need. "I'm a little lost. Can you help me? I'm trying to find the train station. Dot. I'm looking for the City Museum." Here are some very clear ways to ask how to get to a specific place. Could you tell me how to get to the City Museum? Do you know where the nearest bank is? How do I get to the main square? Is there a pharmacy around here? Where is the closest subway station? Say it with me. Could you tell me how to get to the City Museum? When someone gives you directions, they'll use certain words and phrases. You need to listen for these key words. Go straight ahead. Keep walking in the same direction. Turn left, turn to the left side. Turn right, turn to the right side. At the corner, at the place where two streets meet, at the traffic lights, at the stoplight. Go past, go beyond something. Cross the street, go to the other side of the street. It's on your left. It will be on the left side. It's on your right. It will be on the right side. It's opposite. Opposite. It's on the other side, facing something. It's next to, then next. It's beside something. It's between, and it's in the middle of two things. For example, someone might say, go straight ahead for 2 blocks. Then turn left at the big church. Walk for 1 more block, and you'll see the museum on your right. You can't miss it. Here's a great trick to make sure you understood correctly. repeat the directions back to them in a simpler way. You can say, "Okay, so I go straight for 2 blocks, then turn left at the church. Is that right?" This confirms that you understood. If you got it wrong, they'll correct you. You can also ask about distance. Is it far from here? How long does it take to walk there? Can I walk there or should I take a bus? They might say, "No, it's just a 5-minute walk," or "It's really close, just around the corner." Around the corner means it's very close, just around the next corner. Or they might say, "It's quite far. I'd recommend taking the subway." Or "It's about a 20-minute walk." Let's practice a complete conversation about asking for directions. Imagine you're lost in a new city and you need to find the main square. You see a friendly person walking by. You say, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm a bit lost. Can you help me find the main square?" The person stops and smiles. "Of course, it's not too far from here." You say, "Oh, great. How do I get there?" The person says, "Okay, so you need to go straight down this street. Walk for about 3 blocks. You'll pass a coffee shop and a bookstore. At the 3rd block, you'll see a big church on your left. Turn left at that corner. Walk for 1 more block, and the main square will be right in front of you. There's a big fountain in the middle, so you can't miss it." You want to make sure you understood, so you repeat, "Okay, let me make sure I've got it. I go straight for 3 blocks, past the coffee shop and bookstore. Then I turn left at the church, and the square is 1 block after that." The person says, "Exactly, you've got it." You say, "Perfect. Thank you so much for your help. I really appreciate it." The person says, "You're very welcome. Enjoy the square. It's beautiful." You say, "Thank you. Have a great day." Wow, that was perfect. You were polite, you listened carefully, you confirmed you understood, and you thanked them sincerely. Excellent. A warm and genuine thank you really shows your appreciation and leaves both of you feeling good. Never underestimate the power of a sincere thank you. You're now ready to explore any city with confidence. You can shop, you can ask for directions, you can navigate new places. You're a true, confident traveler. The end of our amazing journey together. And that's it, my wonderful friend. We've come to the end of our Travel English Guide. Wow, we covered so much today. Let me recap everything we learned. We started at the airport where you learned how to check in. Go through security, find your gate, and board your plane. We practiced conversations with airline agents, security officers, and fellow passengers. Then we learned about transportation, taking taxis, using ride-sharing apps, and using public transportation like buses and trains. You learned how to tell the driver where you want to go, how to ask about fares, and how to tip appropriately. Next, we went through the hotel experience. You learned how to check in, how to ask for things you need, how to report problems, and how to check out. We practiced conversations with receptionists and learned about hotel services. After that, we had a delicious time learning about restaurants. You learned how to order food, how to ask for recommendations, how to communicate dietary needs, how to handle problems, and how to pay the bill with appropriate tipping. Finally, we learned about shopping and asking for directions. You learned how to interact with shop assistants, how to try on clothes, how to pay for items, and how to politely ask for and understand directions from strangers. That's everything you need for a successful trip using English. I'm so incredibly proud of you for staying with me through this entire journey. Now, I want to remind you of something very, very important. The goal of speaking English when you travel is not to be perfect. Perfection is impossible. Native speakers make mistakes too. The goal is simply to communicate, to connect with people, to ask for what you need, and to understand what they say back to you. Most native English speakers are very friendly and patient. They're used to hearing different accents and different levels of English from travelers all around the world. They know you're learning. They know English might not be your first language. And you know what? They don't care. They just want to help you and make sure you have a good experience. Your effort is what counts. The fact that you're trying, the fact that you're making an attempt to speak English, that's what matters most. People respect that. People appreciate that. Let me tell you a secret. Even if you make mistakes, even if your grammar isn't perfect, even if your pronunciation is a little off, people will still understand you, and they'll appreciate that you tried. So please, don't be afraid to speak. Don't let fear of making mistakes stop you from having amazing experiences when you travel. Just try. Just speak. Be brave. The most important thing you can pack for your trip is not a phrase book or a dictionary. It's confidence. The confidence to just try, to speak, to ask questions, even if you're not sure you're saying it correctly. I hope our time together today has given you that confidence. I hope you feel more prepared, more ready, more excited about your next trip. Remember, learning English is a journey, not a destination. It takes time, it takes practice, it takes patience. Be kind and gentle with yourself. Celebrate every small victory. Every conversation you have in English is a success, even if it's not perfect. You are capable. You are learning. You are improving every single day. And you should be so proud of yourself for investing this time in learning. Thank you so, so much for spending this time with me today. Seriously. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It was a true pleasure to be your guide on this English learning journey. If this video was helpful for you, I would be so grateful if you would subscribe to Easy English with Sage and leave a comment below. Tell me, where do you want to travel? Which phrase was your favorite? What made you nervous? What made you excited? I read every single comment, and I love hearing from you. Your comments help me know what's helpful and what you want to learn more about. They help me create better lessons for you, and honestly, they just make me really happy. There's nothing I love more than hearing about your progress and your experiences. So please, take a moment right now to hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps you stay motivated because you'll see all my new videos. We post new lessons regularly to help you practice English every single day. And don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss a new lesson. Just click that little bell icon next to the subscribe button. Also, if you have friends or family members who are learning English, please share this video with them. Learning together is more fun, and you can practice with each other. Keep practicing, my friend. Keep learning. Keep pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Keep believing in yourself, because you can do this. You absolutely can. Travel safely when your adventure comes. Have an incredible time exploring new places. Eat delicious food. Meet wonderful people. Take lots of pictures. Make beautiful memories. And enjoy using your new English skills. You've worked hard for this. I'm already looking forward to our next time together. I have so many more lessons planned to help you improve your English. We're going to keep learning together, keep growing together, keep having fun together. Until next time, remember, even 5 minutes of English practice a day can change your life. Small steps lead to big progress. Thank you again for being here with me. You're amazing. I believe in you. See you next time, my friend. Safe travels and happy learning. Bye-bye.